Tonight, starring Dennis Weaver as McCloud.
For thousands of years, civilization has searched for a different way to write. First, we wrote with rocks. No good. Just writing, dear sir, you could hurt yourself. Then we tried trees. But you couldn't make a lovely W with a tree. You could make a bump, a lump, yes, but not a lovely W. It was a very bad time for man. Now, we're modern and lucky. Today, we can write with a banana. The big banana, the encompassment of writing progress. It's not a ballpoint. It's a smooth writing, fine line marker beauty. You can write up with it. You can write down with it. You can write colors with it. You can write animals with it. Get a big banana. Only 29 cents. It's a heck of a fruit. A heck of a writing instrument. And this is a heck of a civilization. Banana.
Every car engine has an enemy, dirt.
Today you're going to learn my specialty, car engine sputter. We use a measure of chopped filth, a dash of whipped sludge, and a pinch of 10-year-old grass. Then we wait around for the engine to sputter. Of course, if you're in a hurry, there's my instant recipe.
Dirt has an enemy, Mobil detergent gasoline. Mobil hates dirt.
It's never too late for breakfast. Carnation instant breakfast. It's never too late, any time of day.
When your next meal's a long way off, count on Carnation Instant Breakfast for real nourishment. Mix it with milk, and you've got as much nourishment as this bacon and egg meal anytime you want it.
It's never too late for breakfast. Carnation Instant Breakfast.
Read the label. Milk contributes substantial nutrition.
ABC presents a world television premiere on the ABC Sunday Night Movie. Tonight, Ali MacGraw and Ryan O'Neal. Starring in
What can you say about a 25-year-old girl who died? That she was beautiful and brilliant? That she loved Mozart and Bach? The Beatles? And me?
Catalog 123 in Section E. Yeah?
Do you have the weighting of the Middle Ages?
You have your own library, Preppy.
Would you answer my question, please?
Would you answer mine first?
Look, we're allowed to use the Radcliffe Library.
I am not talking legality, Preppy. I'm talking ethics. I mean, Harvard's got 5 million books and Radcliffe's got a few lousy thousand.
All I want is for exam tomorrow.
Make a wish.
With the wish cone.
Your hairdo comes true.
With the wish cone.
It's free.
With self-styling adorn.
Spray with Adorn, then feather with the Wishcomb's tiny teeth. The larger teeth smooth, the double handle curls and flips. Everything holds happily ever after with Touch Top Adorn. Get the Wishcomb and a styling book free.
With self-styled.
He just finished shaving with the Remington Electric. Now he'll test something totally new, the Schick Flexomatic. Can it get any more beard? Just watch. Schick gets the stubble Remington left behind. Independent tests like this prove the Schick Flexomatic shaves closer than Remington. Closer than Norelco. Closer because the head is super thin. Comfortable because it's soft. Get the new Schick Flexomatic. It's proven closer.
Help Red Cross fight malnutrition among our senior citizens. If you have a neighbor or friend who should be getting federal food assistance, call your nearest Red Cross right away.
Here is an item certain to send a shudder through some executive suites around the country. The Internal Revenue Service has a new computerized audit program that is turning up what are called shocking attempts by large corporations to evade taxes in this country. An IRS spokesman said today they will use this information to prosecute those culprits. Guess who is 82 years old today? Say the secret word and you win $100. That's right, Groucho Marx. And in a conversation with Joe Ramirez, he had some observations on his life. Several of them, however, we couldn't put on television. At 82, he is still Groucho.
One time, when I was real young, I wanted to be a doctor. Then I discovered there was no money in it in those days. Now, of course, with what you have to pay a doctor, I should have become a doctor instead of a comedian. But some of my doctors are comedians.
Especially when you get their bill, huh?
When I get their bill, yes. They laugh like hell then. There's nobody left. Laurel and Hardy are dead. Buster Keaton is dead. W.C. Fields is dead. There are no great comedians left, except us and a guy named Woody Allen, who was also very good.
As long as he can keep them laughing, Groucho won't think of retiring.
What would I do with myself? You can't sit and read all day. And I have no dames chasing me. No, I think the great mistake that many people make is retiring.
How would you like to be remembered?
Alive, if possible, and if not, dead.
The great Groucho, 82 years old today, and he says he will continue in show business. We are going to go from Groucho's birthday to Johnny Carson's 10th anniversary on a special show tonight. It includes an all-star cast with Governor Reagan, telegrams from President Nixon, and of course Jack Benny and Johnny Carson's many, many friends. For now, however, that's the news. I'm Tom Brokaw for Ross Porter and Kelly Lyon. Good night.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
No, this isn't the Dean Martin show. But don't touch your dial because you got a treat coming up. You've been watching Johnny Carson swing that golf club for the past 10 years. And as a swinger myself, I can tell you, he's made a lot of people happy. Now, here comes Johnny's 10th anniversary show. Loaded, to coin a phrase, with a batch of real big stars. 10 years, that's a long time. I'd drink to that. Here's looking at you, Johnny. Johnny.
From Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon and Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra, inviting you to join Johnny on his 10th anniversary show. Johnny's guests tonight will be Governor Ronald Reagan, Jack Benny, Joey Bishop, George Burns, Jerry Lewis, Don Rickles, Dan Rowan, and
the lead man now at third. Davalillo's at second, and Stennett's at first. Fly ball into right field. Geronimo, a fantastic arm. They don't go on him. There's a throw to second. Davalillo's out.
Morgan takes the throw, makes a great diving tag for the double play.
And Morgan may have injured his hand. We'll have to wait and see. 1 run, 2 hits, No errors, 2 left. We're going to the last of the 7th in a tie game, 2-all.
Extra care in engineering. It makes a difference in Chrysler Corporation cars. What began in outer space is now right down to Earth. Chrysler Corporation, the automotive company that helped put the first American in space, now puts some of the things it learned into its cars. Step into the start of the new age of automotive electronics. Electronic ignition for up to 35% more starting voltage than conventional systems. Now standard on all Chrysler Corporation cars built in this country. Electronic voltage regulator to help increase battery life. Electronic digital clock available on some models. So accurate you can set your watch by it. Electronics.
Extra care in engineering.
It makes a difference in Dodge, Chrysler, and Plymouth. Discover the difference. Drive one.
I wouldn't use an antiperspirant if I didn't have to, but I have to. I perspire. It's just that a lot of antiperspirants smell artificial. But not this new one. It's new Right Guard Natural Scent Antiperspirant. It smells light, clean, like after a shower, and it helps keep me dry all day. New Right Guard Natural Scent Antiperspirant. I like the way it works. I like the way it smells.
Pause now for station identification.
Henry Fonda and James Stewart meet in a showdown at Fire Creek tonight at 9, 8 Central Time.
Parking jumbo jets is some job. Those big engines kick up a storm, cover you with grit, so I've got to shampoo every day. After shampooing, my hair won't stay put, so I use Groom and Clean. It controls just shampooed hair, without grease. See? Mixes with water, no grease, just clean. My just shampooed hair shapes up without grease. Believe me, with Groom and Clean, you're in control.
What is that, Falmouth or Foulmouth?
The sign speaks for itself.
Hello, Buzz. Commissioner of Baseball, Bowie Kuhn. Cincinnati, 2.
Hi, I'm Joe Garagiola. Now, to most of you, this new Dodge Charger might seem just too good-looking to be practical. But let's talk about room for 6, family-sized trunk space, electronic ignition for more dependable starting, smooth, torch and quiet ride. Let's face it, ladies, you want to talk practical? You're talking Dodge Charger. Okay, guys, you got your Charger.
Dodge. Depend on it.
Good times don't come easy out here. But you only get one life to live, and you gotta live it to the hilt. Second chances are never handed out. So you go for the gusto, in everything, even the beer you drink. When you're out of Schlitz, you're out of beer.
Bob Robertson, last year a hero in the playoffs, hit 3 homers in one game against the Giants. At third base. At the end of 8 innings, Pittsburgh 3.
Losing hair, honey?
No product prevents hair loss, so take care of the hair you've got with Vaseline Hair Tonic and Scalp Conditioner. Most hair dressings groom hair, but Vaseline Hair Tonic penetrates the dry scalp, moisturizes to condition. A couple of drops, massage, and it penetrates to condition dry scalp. Supplements natural oils. Scalp feels healthy.
Hair looks great, honey.
Vaseline Hair Tonic conditions your scalp as it cares for your hair.
Come on and fly me in the big blue sky on National Fly Me.
I'm Judy, and this is Barbara. She's one of our luxurious new DC-10s, this year's airplane. We've got the only direct DC-10s to New Orleans. Fly Barbara. I'm National Fly Me.
left field. Remember, tomorrow, NBC will bring you its continuing coverage of the American and National League Championship games, starting at Detroit at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and then we join Game 4 of the National League here in Cincinnati. Both games right here on NBC.
An NBC News exclusive report on 20th century Stone Age men tomorrow night.
Ever since I was a kid, I thought of you as something big, able, strong, and fine, with muscle and mind, something special. In your heart, you're all for peace, but you're a man of integrity, and you love our country, and you want it to be proud and free. All the time I knew that a man like you would join the Navy. You're my everything, you're my man with the wings of the Navy. You better listen to me, it's plain as ABC. There's something special in the Navy.
Los Angeles Social Service Department issues an information card to charitable organizations. You should demand to see this card before contributing or call this number when in doubt.
For a parole violation by an unknown enemy who seemed determined to put an end to his campaign to rehabilitate young addicts. On The Rookies, tonight, here on ABC.
The USC School of Music faculty is moving off campus. For information about new schools now being formed in Greater Los Angeles, phone 746-5252.
Come on and fly me in the big blue sky. Come on and fly me. Together we'll fly high on national fly me. I'm Carol. I'll fly you from Los Angeles to Houston, morning, noon, or night. Your choice. Fly me. I'm national fly me.
Doesn't it seem you never have enough glasses? Your Union 76 dealer is offering modern all-purpose crystal stemware for just 39 cents each with a purchase of 8 gallons or more of Union 76 gasoline. There are 4 sizes to choose from. Get them at a participating Union 76 station near you. They're yours for a song.
You may not believe this, but my name is Granny Goose, Jr. Friends call me Granny, like my father. Well, now I've taken over, and I've added plenty of fresh new ideas, like the bag. You can read how it keeps the chips fresher. More provocative, more interesting. As Dad would say, are you grown up enough for the new Granny Goose?
Remember Department S tonight at 10 on Channel 7, Los Angeles.
15 seconds to air. Stand by, all cameras.
Ready with slow motion and isolated cameras.
Stand by, videotape, and roll tape.
And tape is rolling in less than 5, in 3, 2, 1.
Take tape.
From the Astrodome in Houston, Texas. Tonight, it's the Oakland Raiders versus the Houston Oilers. Football League, he has scored over 1,650 points. But more than that, he can still come off the bench at the age of 4 to an AFL championship back in 1960. Started his football in 1949 with the Chicago Bears. He's done a little linebacker duty and a little bit of everything else. From the 49, and it won't be close. taken there by number 25, and that would be John Charles. Charles bringing it back. Nix is a quarterback. And that's late. He blocked that field goal. So Art Toms, one of those youngsters in that defensive front four, has once again helped the Raiders. They lead the Houston Oilers 3-0. We'll be back at the Astrodome after this message.
Last year, in a blindfold test of ride, the medium-priced Mercury Marquis beat out a $34,000 Mercedes limousine. Mercury's ride is hard to improve on, but this new 73 Marquis, we think, has done it. To find out, 50 professional chauffeurs compared the ride of our completely restyled 73 Marquis blindfolded to the 72. Supervised by the Nationwide Consumer Testing Institute. A majority rated this new Mercury's ride superior to the 72.
The 73 was a superior ride than the 72.
I had a greater sense of stability in the 73.
We've refined Mercury's suspension system, and now every big Mercury has steel-belted radial tires, standard.
I was very impressed. It was really a difficult choice, to be very frank.
Both good cars, but I did prefer the 73.
73 Mercury Marquis, the car that beat the car, that beat the $34,000 limousine. Mercury, built better, to ride better. At the sign of the cat.
A lot of weird happenings tonight in the Astrodome. This was one of them that took place a few minutes ago. Dan Pastorini dropping back to pass. Watch number 80. Art Toms, the defensive tackle, laying back. It appears as if possibly to pick up a screen man. And he gets the interception. Frank, ABC, and what's...
Thank you, Ken. Alexander's coming in. Watch his left arm as he kind of...
Bolitnikov played it.
Got to hit me again. A high snap. He took several steps. I don't know what help this church.
I believe so, but he did have a little help from Al Johnson. So, as Howard said, there is the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back at the Astrodome, where the Oakland Raiders lead the Houston Oilers with 2 minutes to play right after this minute.
For years, musicians have tried to recreate the sound of a live performance. They improved the records, invented stereo, but nothing gave you the feeling of being there until now. Now there's discrete 4-channel sound. Introducing Series 44 from Panasonic. There are other kinds of 4-channel systems, but they don't separate sound into 4 distinct parts. A discrete system like Panasonic's does. Now a musician can put just rhythm on one speaker, French horns on another, trumpets on a third, violins on a fourth, so you feel right inside the music. Panasonic systems play 4-channel tapes and records. They also improve the sound of stereo tapes, records, and radio. Discrete 4-channel sound. Series 44 from Panasonic. Just slightly ahead of our time.
Off the side of the foot. Well, that takes some guts right there. He had a crowd of Raiders on him. And he loses yardage back to the 13-yard line.
There's Burrow going down the sideline, completely open, but no matter. The ball thrown into a crowd of white shirts. At just an inexplicable time, 9 seconds left to go in the first half. Hardly reflective of professional football at its best level.
And Darryl LaMonica obviously is going to throw the ball because he doesn't have time to run the ball and perhaps get the field goal. Going for Bolitnikov, who's... That's where bump and run hurts if you don't know how to handle it.
Look at that Bolitnikov, and he's been in the end zone before. So I'm with you, Howard.
All the way.
Yeah.
Let's
tell him.
Let's get loose. Liven it up.
Good. Can you believe that? That is not true. That didn't happen.
And Tony Kubek.
All right, thank you, Jim. We're here in the last of the 4th inning, and the Cincinnati Reds, using a stolen base, bunts, have worked themselves into a 3-0 lead over the Pittsburgh Pirates. Ross Grimsley's the batter with...
Both teams leaving the field. That's the end of the first half. And as you see, the Oakland Raiders with that bonus touchdown, stretching their lead to 10-0. The Oakland Raiders 10, the Houston Oilers nothing. And again, Highlights of yesterday's game coming up in just a moment.
Back in '63, a team of specially equipped Mercury Comets set durability records that have yet to be equaled. 100,000 miles at 100 miles an hour at Daytona. Today, we build a new kind of Mercury Comet, smaller by almost a foot, priced right down with the little imports. But we still build Comet to be tough. Tough enough to take the punishment of a rugged test track, built from the same gauge high-quality steel as our biggest Mercuries, welded firmly into a solid unibody suit of armor, reinforced with sturdy steel beams. Mercury Comet. It's one tough little car with a family tradition for durability that goes back to 100,000 miles. 1973 Mercury Comet. Built better to last longer. At the sign of the cat.
And the total yards, 171 to 27. Moving from their 20. And here comes the 4-yard line of the Houston Oilers. Looking for the screen, a flag goes down, Grancher has the ball. 3rd down and 11. The ball at the 19 of the Oilers, just underway in the second half. The Oilers trailing the Raiders 10 to nothing. Both backs circling out of the backfield, and
games and earlier games, that were
it's nothing but Houston Oilers around him.
The 73.
Of course, Atkinson, the veteran, might have just decided I can handle it.
Look at that ball still holding.
Al Johnson finally sits on it. Number 15, Houston has the ball. They're at the 37-yard line of the Oakland Raiders, and they trail 10 to nothing. Burrows to the right, now splitting out further to the left, number 8. 2nd and 12 from the 38-yard line. Pastorini back. Draws a crowd. Misses Byrne on the sideline. Willie Brown covering and passing.
When you save your money at a savings and loan, your money does more than just grow. A savings and loan lends out money for homes, and that helps communities grow. We're doing a lot for America, and we want to do more.
Hey, Grady!
Hey, look who's here.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Well, if it is a fancy start. Yeah, the man who can't stay in the pocket. I think he's put on a little weight.
Let's see if he still has his arm. Come on, Frank, throw me one.
Hey, let's show him a little defense.
Hey, let's show him a little defense. Get him, Jim.
If you find yourself scrambling around as much as Fran Tarkington, you really ought to know about the shirt he's wearing. The knitted sports shirt from Arrow. It gives a man total freedom of movement. The supple knit fabric stretches as you stretch, moves as you move, doesn't bind, stays smooth. And even if it gets roughed up a little, you still wind up looking pretty terrific. The sport knit from Arrow. We call it the Scrambler. If it takes Fran Tarkington scrambling, it'll take yours.
It won't matter to me if the sun don't shine today. I keep bubbling along with my same old sleepy way.
America, you need rice checks when you're feeling sleepy. Not wheat checks, not corn checks. They're for something else altogether. But rice checks is a little light charge that doesn't leave a lump in your stomach. Rice checks. Now there's hope for the sleepy.
Who lives there, Dad?
The glare devil, son.
Glare devil? What's that?
That's a bulb that glares and casts a harsh shadow.
Is that why people like us GE soft whites so much? 'Cause we're easier on the eyes?
That's right, son.
You know, I feel kind of sorry for the glare devil, though.
Why is that?
It must be tough being a bulb that turns people off.
General Electric soft whites. They couldn't glare less.
The Sealy Posturepedic Morning. Sealy Posturepedic makes a mattress that can make your day. Unlike ordinary firm mattresses, Posturepedic is designed in cooperation with leading orthopedic surgeons for comfortably firm support. Posturepedic promises you no morning backache from sleeping on a too soft mattress. Sealy Posturepedic, the unique back support system.
The nicest thing about this lovely window treatment is you can do it yourself easily using the new Kirsch Window Treatment Planning Guide. Find the treatment you like. There are 140. The guide tells you how to measure for it, how to determine drapery dimensions, and what specific drapery hardware you'll need. You'll find the guide at fine stores carrying Kirsch drapery hardware. For the store nearest you, call 800-243-6000 toll-free anytime. Kirsch, insist on it.
We now return.
The day's first race is hours away, but at Santa Anita, the horses and their trainers begin work at dawn. And so do the jockeys.
Come on.
They're getting ready for the Autumn Championships of California Thoroughbred Racing. The Oak Tree meeting at Santa Anita, now through Wednesday, November 1st.
Dear Sarah Lee, this is my first letter to a fruit pie, and a frozen one at that. No homemade pie I ever had was so deep in fruit. Deep in fruit like those luscious, fresh apples with your delicate spices, and to bake them in that old-fashioned, tender, flaky crust. Thanks, Sarah Lee, for bringing me the taste of homemade.
Hey, sport, you know Command Dry and Natural Hair Control was made for guys like you. If you're throwing the discus, your hair stays perfect. Even jumping the hurdles, there's still no muss. You see, if you've got longer hair and a long, active day ahead of you, well, you just gotta get Dry and Natural. And no matter what your specialty, Dry and Natural Antiperspirant will keep you dry. Command Dry and Natural, long-lasting control for you active guys.
Any charities? I gave $5,000 to the Save the Raisin Foundation.
Save the what?
Don't you know what's happening to raisins? Post is locking up a whole bowl of fat, juicy raisins in every box of their raisin brand. The foundation is trying to give raisins a break.
But Harold, $5 grand?
Carl, can you turn your back on these poor, helpless victims?
Yeah!
Post, the more raisin brand.
When your tummy is singing the hungries, singing the hungries. When your tummy is singing the hungries, sing out for Hungry Jack.
New Hungry Jack complete pancakes come fresh in packets with all the ingredients. Pillsbury does all the measuring, so all you do is mix with water and fry up a hot stack of pancakes hearty enough to sing about.
When your tummy is singing the hungries, sing out for Hungry Jack.
Want a cold capsule, Eddie?
Baby, that capsule's just for head colds. I'm also coughing. My throat is scratchy. I feel achy. I need some rest. I want...
NyQuil.
NyQuil.
Vicks NyQuil, nighttime cold medicine, relieves more major cold symptoms than the lead-in capsule. Relieves them for hours, so it lets you get the rest you need.
You treat me like a king, Laurie.
You got a cold tonight? Put NyQuil to work.
Airwick Solid, America's #1 air freshener, now comes in beautiful fragrances. The new floral scented Solid plants a fresh garden bouquet as it freshens the air. With Airwick's new lemon-scented Solid, you sense a slight trace of tart and tangy lemon as the air is refreshed. And, of course, there's the original Airwick Solid, naturally scented for those who prefer a quieter fragrance. So now you have a choice of fragrances as well as decorator colors to choose from. Airwick Solid. It works beautifully 24 hours a day in any fragrance.
Tuesday.
I'm in charge of discipline, officer. Then you look after your department and I'll look after mine.
Sean Connery, bold, explosive, challenging the symbol of infamy, the Hill. Wednesday. Adventure in the heart of untamed Africa. What to see? Starring George Montgomery. Thursday. He's coming closer. Who will his next victim be? Christopher Lee stars in Dracula Has Risen from the Grave. Friday.
Position Zebra 87.
The finest story ever told of men in battle, told by Ernie Pyle. Robert Mitchum, Burgess Meredith, the story of G.I. Joe.
William L. Buzz Nelson, Dow Chemical Company.
This is my baby, lemon-scented Dow oven cleaner. The first oven cleaner with a nice lemony scent. You won't find a harder working oven cleaner anywhere. Thousands of women have tried it and swear by it. Lemon-scented Dow oven cleaner, a nice lemony scent, and it works so hard. Try my baby, lemon-scented Dow oven cleaner. It makes the worst job in the kitchen a lot easier. That's a promise from me and Dow.
Morris! Time for din-din! Oh, already?
Playtime is over? Too bad. You can catch me later, maybe.
Ready for din-din?
Ready to act finicky.
Some 9 lives, dear.
Uh-oh.
Tuna, chicken, liver.
In creamed gravy.
9 lives. Nutritious foods cats really like. Even Morris.
If I acted finicky now, I'd win an Oscar.
Oh, Mr. Lowell, this is Sergeant Chavez. Pleased to meet you.
How do you do?
Monty Markham.
Sergeant Chavez is going to die.
Telly Savalas. Barbara Anderson.
A vision? What do you mean?
That's the bomber's next target.
He's a psycho.
Visions.
This week, the CBS Thursday night movies present a television premiere.
There's something else, Philip Marlowe.
I won't lie to you, Lieutenant. There are rules, huh?
Suppressing information, concealing evidence.
No.
You wouldn't mind, Marlowe, if I called you a cheap double-crossing keyhole people, would you? Your license is dead as of now.
How'd you know about that, too? I'm a trained detective.
James Garner and Carol O'Connor flash in the action-packed mystery thriller, Marlowe.
6121 Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90028. And Channel 2 will tell you whom to contact. That's Consumer Service, KNXT, 6121 Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90028.
Magnavox introduces the only modular solid-state color TV that automatically adjusts its picture to changes in room light.
The Videomatic eye actually sees the light change and signals the control module to compensate for the change.
So what you see is the most consistently color-right picture possible. Total automatic color with exclusive Videomatic is what makes Magnavox the most totally automatic color TV in the world. Total automatic color with Videomatic. Magnavox gives you more.
Aloha. Welcome to United's Friendship Island. More flights to Hawaii than anybody. And every Honolulu flight a 747 with 3 lounges where you can sip some and smile some and make some happy talk. You eat Trader Vic Polynesian goodness only on United. Fly the friendly skies of United. Your land is our land.
While like a ghastly rapid river, through the pale door a hideous throng rush out forever and laugh, but smile no more.
Sarge, they're coming over again.
This is deep carpet, kid. They can't touch us down here.
Oh.
They don't have a vacuum cleaner like this Eureka.
Eureka?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, this Eureka's even got a regulator.
Uh-oh.
They can set it for any depth of carpet.
Yeah.
And look, a Vibra groomer brush.
It's scary.
Don't worry, kid. G2 reports no Eureka's operating on this carpet.
What's that?
Hey, give me that picture, kid. Uh-oh. Hello, G2. About that Eureka!
Eureka, the very best in vacuum cleaners, and more kinds of them than anyone else in the world. That's Eureka.
Hi, buddy.
Dinty, more.
That lunch you just had, will that do you till dinner?
Dinty, it never does me till dinner.
You should do what I do. Have dinner for lunch.
Dinner for lunch?
Yep. Dinny Moore beef stew. Meat and potatoes, carrots. Look at the beef in that gravy.
Dinner for lunch. I'll do it. Have dinner for lunch.
Don't forget now. Look for my thumbprint on every can.
You know, we found that even on weekend trips to the lake, we can't do without our Scott's Liquid Gold, the wood care product that helps preserve and restore the beauty of fine wood. Not a wax, not a polymer, not a polish. Liquid Gold absorbs into the wood, eliminating even heavy wax buildups and leaving wood surfaces clean, dry, and natural. So wherever you go, take along Scott's Liquid Gold. Maybe you need more than one.
Your nails break off too frequently. You probably can't imagine having nails this long. You should try Swinger Tips, a different kind of nail polish. As beautiful as liquid polish, but stronger. They help protect nails from breaking or snagging. See that snag? I cover it, press, and file. Swinger Tips help keep nails long and strong. Look, no more snag. Swinger Tips, stronger than liquid polish, and just as beautiful.
You don't see it coming. There's no way it could happen. And then, suddenly, you're close up. That's why you always need clear close-up toothpaste. With 2 whiteners to make your teeth their whitest. And a real mouthwash to make your breath close-up fresh. Close-up toothpaste. For the whitest teeth, the freshest breath. Because you never know when you're going to be close-up.
The most terrifying form of evil is that which lurks within the human mind.
This is an asylum for the incurably insane.
Asylum filled with stark, raving terror. from Robert Bloch, author of Psycho. Asylum, the ultimate in horror. The prison of madness, where few enter and none return. See Asylum. You have nothing to lose but your mind. Rated PG.
Asylum coming Wednesday, October 11th to the Pantages, the Pickwood, and selected theaters.
Hawaii 5-0, holding it together on the Big Islands.
And we got a show for you.
Buy a new Volkswagen and get a year's free service included.
Pleasure to Kansas City. Gained 323 yards here last year. His great years were 68 and 69. He had over 800 yards in 68, over 600 in 69. Jim Byrne brings in the play from head coach Bill Peterson. Burns, number 81. First and 10, Houston. They move now from their own 37. Watch out, Kent. Horace Jones nails Kent Nix. And you had a very good chance to see Horace Jones almost unobstructed as he came directly in on the blind side of Kent Nix. Yeah, Ken Burrow has a dent in his shoulder pad on the left.
Yeah, they tried him around his knees. He missed them there. Up around his shoulders, he missed one there. They haven't found it. They hit him right between those two zeros.
Second down now on 17. Ball at the 31. And Nix underthrows to Robert Holmes.
Right there is a vivid picturization of the excitement attendant upon this game.
I guess we'll have some more shots of the crowd for you in a little while, folks. They're number one in the nation. All right, back here at halftime. Okay, Kent, let's get this thing going. Be a good Texas Christian, boy.
Third down and 17. It's off the screen to Holmes. And Otis Sistrunk. Dan Connors, they all meet Robert Holmes.
Oh, boy. Astrodome, the eighth wonder of the world.
We've got 2 minutes and 18 seconds left, and then we've only got 7 days till we watch Green Bay against Detroit, fellows. I'm looking forward to it.
Good, Howard.
Scott Hunter, Greg Landry. Two pretty good young quarterbacks, Don.
Yes, sir.
On fourth down, Pastorini back into punt. I wonder if the New Orleans Stadium is going to be the ninth wonder of the world.
I don't know, that's called a Superdome.
They claim you can put this one in that one.
What is it supposed to seat? 80-something, 84,000?
About 102. Okay. Well, we have timeout on the field. The Raiders out in front of the Oilers, 34-0. We'll be back after this message.
The East African Safari. Over 3,000 torturous miles with ruts, rocks, rivers, and rainforests. From Nairobi through Tanzania to the snows of Kilimanjaro and back again. One of the ruggedest tests of tire toughness, tire traction, and all-round tire performance ever devised. We ran it on passenger car tires, Sears steel-belted radials, tires that combine radial design for road-holding traction, and 2 steel belts for incredible strength. Sears steel-belted radials, proven in the brutal East African Safari, and proven on the highway on a car like yours, where we got over 70,000 miles. The mileage you get depends on how you drive. For mileage, for traction, for toughness. Sears steel-belted radial. The proven radial. Only at Sears.
2 minutes remain in the game. Dan Pastorini and to punt. He was the second leading punter coming into tonight's game, averaging 47. He's dropped off a little, even in punting. Whip Branch drops deep. Little rookie from Colorado with the great speed. And this one draws a little ice. He really hit it. That'll boost the average a little. Yes, it will. Down to the 6-yard line. 63-yard punt. That should really help the average. Inside the 2-minute mark, we'd like to thank our statistician, Jerry Kepstein, our spotter, John Breen. Isn't that cute? There's our statistician right there.
That's our average viewer at this point, and probably has been for some time past.
I wouldn't linger too long, though.
That kid could have been born in the stadium. I don't know.
1:30, the clock moving. Oakland with a 34-0 lead. Not terribly excited about getting things underway. Sabre now in at quarterback.
I think you ought to set the offense, Frank.
And then set the Houston defense, Frank.
And then let's have a shot at the Astrodome.
You know how much fun you guys are in a game like this.
Yeah, I know.
Garland Boyette is in the lineup.
There it is. It's always a fascinating shot. Back to the opening of our show. As we pan down to the gridiron itself. The AstroTurf at which you're looking, the subject of so much controversy, debate, and discussion. The action resumes. Gifford tells about it.
2nd down and 7. Banaszak for the first down. That should be enough to get rid of the clock.
Pete Banaszak, number 40, steady-going performer, underrated through all the years.
And Garland Boyette made the stop. We can tell you that
College.
Our executive producer of NFL Monday Night Football is Roone Arledge. Tonight's game was produced by Chet Forty and Dennis Lewin, and directed by Chet Forty and Joe Assetti. Our associate director, Jack Gallivan. Our technical directors, Bill Morris and John Broderick. Assistants to the producers, Jim Cute and Howard Katz. Engineering supervisor, Rory Robbins. Our unit manager, Bob Ellsworth. As the clock ticks off and she keeps her eyes on the football game, which now is over. The Oakland Raiders have won the game 34-0 over the Houston Oilers. And we'll be back at the Astrodome after this message.